Dave Hamlin with Serene Water Gardens, and I'm out here in Sawyer, Michigan, and today we are starting a brand new 14 by 18 foot recreation pond. This is the area that it's going right in here. This is the back of the house. So we're gonna have an intake bay right here, a little shallow area in this area. This is gonna be a little bit deeper, and then waterfalls starting up there. So you can see the area, it's right in their backyard, so kind of close to the house. They're gonna have views from all of their windows as well as their seating area over there. So perfect location. And so it should be a really nice pond that they'll be able to enjoy all year. We did get our underlayment put on top of our liner for extra protection, as well as our crushed limestone base for our wall. And then we got a couple of our Sienna Edge wall blocks set in. This sand is eroding away on us and causing all kinds of issues. So I want to explain what we got going on here with this. We have the excavator out, and we have bungee cords and clamps holding the liner straight up in the air. And the reason that we are doing that is because on this side we've got steps going in. So we're building a limestone base here for our steps to sit on top. So we got to build that up with limestone, and if we just filled this up, it would just push the liner out way too far on this side to the point where we would not have enough liner to get to the top. So we're going to hold this up straight, backfill sand on this side, then backfill limestone on that side, then come back and compact this down, and then come back and compact that down, and then sand, and then limestone, and then compact. And we'll do that probably in 3 or 4 inch lifts until we make it up to the height that we need to. So if we didn't use the excavator and we just flopped the liner back and forth, what would happen is we'd get a little fold each time we did it, and we'd lose 1 inch or 2 inches each time. So this keeps it straight, keeps the liner up high enough for us to get to the level we need to hold the water in at the end of the job. I want to show you what we have done so far. Here's what I've already showed you. We've got this wall complete. We've got the steps complete with the exception of a railing that's going to go up. These boulders are all above grade, and the edge work is 99% of the way done up there. We have a deep in light right there. We have a shallow light right here. We have a circulation jet that's going to push water out from this corner right here that needs to be cut. We got all these lower boulders set in place, and we have that all backfilled with gravel, probably about 2 yards. And then we started on our next shelf. So this is going to kind of shelf out right there, and then it's going to go vertical up. And then we have a couple more boulders set here, and we've got this cornerstone set that's going to help hide this wall. We'll end up putting another block right behind it, right in there, to help further hide it. We'll cut a block to finish that wall off right there. And then once we close this gap here, then we can drape our liner right there and start working on our waterfall, pull this liner back, excavate, and start working on the shallow end. Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's the end of the day Friday, or it's about 3 o'clock Friday anyways, and we're cleaning up and getting ready to call it a day. It's been a long week, but we've been making some really good progress on this dipping pond. So we've only had 2 to 3 guys working on it, so considering that, I think we've been making some really good progress. Probably not a lot to show in the videos each day, but I'm going to keep showing these daily updates anyways. We do have, I'm estimating 7 to 8 days left on this project, but I'm going to show you what we got done today and a quick recap on what we did before. So this is our retaining wall right here. This is Unilock Sienna Edge block. These things are 11.5 inches wide. They're about 7 inches tall and 39 inches long. So these are some nice blocks here, and I think they define the deeper end to shallow end very, very nicely. So the way that we put these in is we excavate first, and then we dig a footer out for those, just like you would for any other retaining wall that's not in a pond. So we excavate it out for the footer, Then we put the liner in, and then we put our crushed limestone base down. We compacted that in 3-inch lifts, just as you would any retaining wall. And then we got that nice and level, and then that's when we put the wall in, and then we backfilled behind the wall with stone as well. So we tied these in right here. So these are steps. They are large steps. They're about 14 inches each. So it's going to be quite a step, but it's going down into a swimming pool. So I think that's going to be fine. We're also my brother Corey Holland of Independent Welding is going to come in, and he's going to fabricate a railing and mount a railing actually going up and down right here. So that'll be nice. But you can see the deep end here. It's going to be 3.5 feet deep. It's 4 feet deep from the top of the gravel on the bottom up to grade. But the water level is going to be 3.5 feet deep. But really nice boulders we put in here. I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. You can see we're starting to fill up some of the water. We're just going to fill it up partial. We also started rinsing some of the stone down. So this is going to get drained out, but we wanted to start filling it up so we can get some of that dust and stuff cleaned out of there. So yesterday we came in and we finished this edge off here, got these boulders all put in, and this large guy right here put in. And then we're also able to do an overlap for our waterfall. So we've got our pond liner that comes in right there. And then that pond liner is going to come well out of water level. So that pond liner is actually going to come out, I don't know, minimum of 12 inches above water line, probably more than that. And then we've got the liner that's going to attach to that biofalls filter right there. That's what this is. That's going to overlap, and that goes down in. So that's going to create a watertight, there's no water that's going to escape by using this method. So that's going to work fine. So that's ready to go. So we're basically up to the level where we're going to start building our waterfalls. So we're going to have a drop that comes in right here, and then it's going to do a little bit of a turn, and there's going to be a drop that comes out of that biofalls. We'll end up doing a retaining wall set back here just to move some of that dirt back, and then this will flatten out and be a nice either planting area or a little walking area, whatever the customer decides. Today we ended up graveling this shelf in. We've got that boulder set, this one set, and you can see we're into the shallow section here. So little cove that's going to go back a little bit right there. We've got a jet right in there. So that's a circulation jet that's going to push all the water this way. So as the water flows from the waterfall, it's going to flow through here, and then it's going to flow into the intake bay right there, and any debris that comes in is going to flow that way, and it's going to swirl around so it can easily be removed with a skimmer net. And that circulation jet's going to help push that area out that otherwise wouldn't get that flow. This place is a complete disaster. It looks like a bomb exploded here, which actually means that we're getting towards the end of the project. So our pond is essentially done in here, and you can see our shallow section there is done. Right now we're working on our intake bay over there, which is 80% of the way done. And we started digging trenches out over there for our plumbing. We're starting to get the pump hooked up. So yeah, let me show you what we've got going on over there. So shallow section here, this is going to be about 10 inches of water. You can step down and either go straight down the steps into the deeper section or off into the shallow waiting area where it's about 10 inches deep. You can put a couple chairs. This is the intake. It's going to draw all the water into that section. Any debris is going to float in there, swirl around for easy removal. And we bulkheaded through the liner. We've got our pipe going through, and we're starting to run our plumbing. Our pump is going to sit right here on that pad that we poured today. And so this is our intake pipe, and then we're going to have a discharge pipe that's going to go around, tee off right there, go into our circulation jets, and then that's going to tee around and go to our waterfall. We are cleaning up and getting out of here for the weekend. We had a couple rain days this week, so definitely paid a little bit of a toll on us, but we did make some progress. So we are done with this deeper section, done with the shallow section, and as you can see, we did finish up the intake bay over here. So that is all complete. So that's all rocked in. We've got our edge work done all the way around. We like to leave those open in case we have any issues when we fill the water up. So but that'll just take a few seconds for that to get filled up. Monday when we come back, we will be working on the waterfall area over here, and hopefully by the end of the day, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll have this all cleaned up and water flowing. So right now we got Corey out here with Independent Welding. He's building a custom railing to get in and out of this pond to make it a little bit easier access in and out. Aaron's out sick, and Mitch has a scheduled appointment that he had to go to, but worked out pretty good. It gave me a chance to work on a couple of things without too many distractions. So I was able to get the pump all hooked up, plumbing's all hooked up, electrical's hooked up, and I was able to also move some dirt around. Hey, happy Friday everybody. It's the end of the week and it's the end of the project on this dipping pond that we've been working on out here in Sawyer, Michigan. So we went a few days past our goal. We wanted to be done by last Tuesday. Today's Friday. So considering the rain and some of the challenges that we've had, I'm happy with that. But you can see the guys are cleaning up back here and we are getting ready to get out of here. But just wanted to talk about this really quick and show you guys the final reveal on this pond. Couple challenges we had: sand erosion. That was challenging to deal with. So the sandy roads, we had to over excavate everything and kind of made it slightly challenging to backfill. So another challenge was space and putting these boulders in a way where there's enough room for the clients to actually get in this pond and swim around a little bit and dip. So we wanted to make sure there was enough room in the bottom of this pond for them to do that comfortably, and at the same time we had to do it in a small space. So this is a 14 by 18 foot pond. So typically we would build some shelves out, so there'd be a lot of horizontal shelves, different depths and things like that, which would allow us that flexibility. And we did put some shelves in here, but we really had to do it very strategically. So but we made it happen and it looks great. So I'm going to turn this around and just show you guys a shot of the pond. Again, this is a 14 by 18 foot pond, so 14 feet from here to this side, and then we are 18 feet from this end to that end. It's actually closer probably to 16 by 20, but 14 by 18, that's what we're calling it. So we have a couple things going on here. So we've got this area right in here. This is about 1 foot deep with water. This is a little waiting area. And then they'll be able to put a couple chairs in here, a couple lounge chairs in here, and have their feet in the water and be able to cool off without being fully submerged. So we have that, and then we have the deeper section right there, which we're calling the dipping area. That's 3.5 feet deep. So this is our intake bay. We've got an external pump on here, so there's no electricity in the water, making it completely safe for people to get in and not have any worries. So We have a pump vault here with a 3-inch PVC that is drawing water out to the pump, and then that's recirculating up to that biofall. So this pump is pumping out 12,000 gallons per hour, and we also have circulation jets in here. We've got 3 circulation jets, so we probably have about 4,000 or 5,000 gallons going to those circulation jets, and then the rest of it is going to the biofalls up there where it's being pumped out. So we've got a circulation jet over in that cove pushing water this way. We've got another circulation jet over in this cove pushing water out that way, and then we've got one down there in the bottom, which is kind of pushing down, which is going to force everything in the bottom to come up. So the goal is to kind of get any debris that falls into the pond into this water column that's making its way into the intake bay right here. And then the client can take a dipping net and easily just remove any of that debris from that section rather than it falling into the pond and causing issues there. So let's see, we have steps going down into the pond. So you can see we use these steps here, which is actually a Unilock Sienna Edge wall stone. So we've got these going in. They're 39 inches long, 7 inches high on each of them, 11 inches deep. And so we built that to separate our shallow section from our deeper section. That gives us a lot of vertical space without having to take up a lot of room with boulders. It also creates a nice clean line in the pond. And then we also tied that in to these steps right here. So these steps right here, you can see they lead down, and you can walk straight into the pond that way, or there's a little bit of a landing area. You can step onto this landing area and then straight into the waiting area. So my brother came out of independent welding, and he custom built this railing, this aluminum railing, and mounted it to our steps. So nice sturdy railing there. And then we also have lots of seating areas in here. So we've got these boulders that are in here, nice seating areas. So there's one right there you could sit on. You can actually sit on a boulder over there right behind, with the waterfall right behind you. Another one you could sit on right here. You could have the jet actually hitting you in the back there as you're sitting down on that. So all of those are designed to be able to sit on, and depending on which one you sit on, it's either, and how tall you are, of course, it'll come up to chest height all the way up to your shoulder height. So again, we created lots of space down here on the bottom here, which was really challenging, but we made it happen with these boulders. So we actually maximum width from one end to the other on the very bottom is 10 feet by 10 feet. So there's plenty of room down there. And like I said, that's just the floor. Obviously there's more space in this deep end than that, but the floor is about 10 by 10, a little smaller in some sections, but plenty of room there, as well as a shallow area, which we've got that cove. You can fit a nice lounge into that section, a chair over here, plenty of space for that. We've got aquatic plants in here. So these fiber optic plants, these are actually on the inside of the liner. So these are all aquatic plants, but these things are really cool. Check that out. So these are called fiber optic plants. Never used them before, but I will use them again in the future because I just love the way they look. We've got some golden sedge, some arrowheads, we've got some irises, we've got some creeping jenny ground cover, we got some other ground cover over there. Let's see, we've got irises, we've got lilies, another lily over there, we've got a lotus right there, which is going to look phenomenal. More irises up in the biofalls. We also have some koi. So I got a call from somebody who wanted to get rid of some koi due to some health issues in the family. They weren't able to take care of their pond any longer. So I went and rescued those koi so we can take care of those for them. But they're really healthy. They look good. So they've got 5 koi already in the pond. So you can actually get in and swim around with the koi fish, which you definitely can't do in a swimming pool. So that turned out really nice. But just look at this. This is our biofalls. This is where most of the filtration takes place. So this is an ecosystem pond. And so what that means is this is a self-sufficient pond that's going to stay crystal clear, and that's with biological filtration. So we've got this biofalls up here that the water comes through, and it creates a spot where beneficial bacteria can get in there and it can colonize and it can grow. And with that, and with these plants right here, the roots that'll take up nutrients, that's going to keep this pond crystal clear without the use of chlorine or anything like that. That leaves you your skin feeling dry and eyes all red. So this is like swimming in a spring. So this is going to be really nice, and for that. So yeah, so it turned out really nice. So this waterfall right here, this is probably about a 2-foot drop, maybe a little bit more, coming right out of that waterfall. There's also lights in this pond, so at night we've got a light shining up so that waterfall will actually glow. So there's actually a light right behind that waterfall. It's got this nice twist and turn in it, and then that just leads into this waterfall right here, which is about 2 feet, maybe just under 2 feet on this one. And look at all of that dissolved oxygen that's just coming in. It's going to keep the pond nice and healthy for the fish, and everything's just going to thrive there. So really nice boulders. Just a couple things, a couple specs on the pond. The boulders, we probably used about 20 tons of boulders. This one right here, amongst one of the largest, that one's about a 2,000 pound boulder there. But we've got some really nice large boulders in here. We also mix it up with some smaller ones too, just to break up the monotony. But really happy with the way this turned out. Like a lot of the features, including this kind of beached out cobble look right here. Really nice location. Just show you real quick. This is the back of the house. So we've got bedrooms, kitchens, and then we've got picnic table, seating area over here, balcony area up there, and there's views of this pond from all areas. And part of the reason why we turned this waterfall in this direction was just for that, so the customer could see it from every view. So you can see I'm standing all the way back here by the corner of the house, and they just have a really nice view of that waterfall right there. So multiple viewpoints are going to enjoy this feature from all angles of this house, inside and out. They'll be able to open their window and hear that waterfall, and it's going to look great year round. So that's one of the key distinguishing factors, I think, with these rec ponds versus swimming pools. Is number one, you don't have to put any harsh chemicals in it. It stays crystal clear. You can add fish, you can add plants, and you can swim with your pets if you want to do that. But also just the fact that it looks good all year long, to where a pool, winter comes along, you throw a cover over it, you only get 3 or 4 months maximum a year of enjoyment out of a swimming pool. This is gonna look good in the winter. When it ices over, it's gonna look good all the time. So really happy with the way it turned out. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut up now and just let the video kind of do some of the talking here.